Well, I finally got to put my baby down to sleep. Um, I haven't been posting for the past couple days on TikTok because there's a lot that's been going on. Um, my dad has been fighting a liver disease for quite a few months now. And they pronounced him dead at 8:24 on Friday. So, yeah, he was 61. And y'all know what I want to do? You know what I want to do? I want to enjoy my life. But life still goes on, you know? And what I mean by that is you still have to wake up in the morning, you still have to go to work, you still have to work hard, you still have to post, you still have to be a mother, you still have to be a daughter, and, you know, be strong. And I don't want to be strong right now. I don't want to be strong at all. But it just feels like you never have a choice, you know? Like you have to be this, be that. You gotta be on the go. You gotta be strong. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. For your child, for you, for your future, for your family. um, and I get the question all the time, how are you doing? Are you okay? No. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I haven't gotten any, as people say, oh, people are gonna, say the dumbest things or ask you the dumbest questions. I haven't gotten any dumb questions. I just don't want to be strong right now. And I feel like with everything that's happening in my life, I don't get the option to not be strong. And of course, everybody will say, like, oh, you know, you can just stop everything and just feel, just do you. Focus on you and care about you, and and I get it because I'm always putting myself first before I'm a mother, of course, because if I'm not good, I can't make sure that he's good. So I get that. But this is a lot. Like, even though my dad is gone, I'm still thinking about court. I'm still thinking about how I'm providing for my child. I'm still thinking about my family's okay. If I'm going to be protected. Like, my career, having a new job. And I can't just think about my father. And that's what's irritating. That's what's irritating. But I want you guys to know, like, you're not alone, yo. You're not alone if you are that person that's just like, man, like, with all of this going on in my life, I don't want to, continue my career. I don't want to keep going for my entrepreneurship. I don't want to keep going for that new career. I don't want to keep being a mother or a father. I don't want to keep being a brother or a sister. Like, I just want to do what I want to do. You're not alone. Sometimes we just want that break and we can't get it. Not in the way that we actually want to. So don't feel alone, but keep going. Keep going. They want you to give up. They laugh at your pain and your hurt. But you gotta get up and you gotta keep moving. So I don't know. I feel like I feel like a bad mom sometimes too, you know, for those of you who feel like a bad parent, you're not. You're not a bad parent. This shit, like, how do I know this? Because you feel like a bad parent. That's how I know you're not a bad parent. Because bad parents don't feel like they're bad parents. Like, bad parents think that they do everything the right way. So you have to understand that you're not a bad parent. Um, just gotta get through this phase of your life, and it might take time, and you have to give yourself that time, and it's gonna suck, and it's gonna feel like, man, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to give myself time because I don't know how to give myself time because I haven't had the energy to feel like I have time. um, my dad was a great guy, and he was there, you know, like he's there for me. He was there for me. He was there for my baby. And when I went through the darkest moment of my life, of feeling like I looked at my life with the blink of an eye, he was there. Both my parents, you know, after that situation happened, like he was just like, you know, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to feel bad. That was a situation that you couldn't have controlled. You didn't know who he was. I didn't know who he was. But once you found out, you left. And he told me, he was just like, Misha, I can't do this again. He said, I can't do this again. He said, I got you out this time, but I can't go through this again with you. And I said, say less. Say less. This was before he had even got sick. What my parents didn't know was that, like, I had already made up in my mind. I already told God, I was like, yo, like, you get me out of this situation, I will never, ever go back. Ever. And people can say all they want to say about people who've been in domestic violence situations, but you will never know until you know. You will never know until you know. It is not a situation that you can just get up and walk away from. You have to run. And you have to run with a plan. You cannot just run and not know where you're going. Especially with a child. You have to make sure you're both going to be protected daily. You have to be looking over your shoulder. I don't care what anybody says. But I appreciated my parents for being there. They were my rocks. They were the only people who weren't trying to make me go back into the relationship. And so many people will say, what? Like, no way. So people were trying to make you go back into the relationship. Yes, that's what they do. That's what they do. Oh, that's the mother of the child. Oh, that's the father of the child. Like, they deserve to see them, and they don't understand what you went through. You can't just sit up and say, oh yeah, somebody almost unalived me, but let me put you into the arms of them. And my parents were the only ones that didn't make me feel like I had to go back. I don't even think they understand how much that meant. And he's gone. I just want to be a voice for women who feel like they can't speak for themselves. Like they can't go forward, like they can't keep going. I'm here and I'm continuing to go and I'm continuing to choose strength even when I don't want to be strong. So, you are not the only one. And I just hope that whatever I do in my journey that I'm going to continue to honor God and honor my father throughout my journey. I'm going to keep smiling. I'm going to keep going on and living my life. And this is hard. This is really, really hard. But I really want to say that I became at peace with my dad's death before he died. Because my parents are so loving. You know, my mom is so loving. My dad was so loving. And they didn't make us attached to them, you know. They just loved us. We didn't have to do things that they wanted us to do all the time. They were just really good parents and they stayed together. My mom and dad married 30 plus years. No infidelity. And they all had kids by the same person, just with each other. And that's uncommon, you know. And it also lets me look at how I'll choose any of my future relationship. Definitely a big factor in that, and how I choose my future relationship with whoever I end up with. I'm so grateful to my parents, and this is gonna be a hurt like no other, because like I said, he was my father, but he was also a present father. So